Good evening. This is the weekly roundup, a quick review of all the top stories which made headlines during the week. I am Joyce Zikiti, and here are the headlines. CCC leader Nelson Chamisa flagged his political muscle with an impromptu rally in Bari Thursday. Civil servants earn peanuts as local currency tumbles. Harare East legislator Tendai Biti draws controversy over racial slur as CCC internal polls heat up. President Emmerson Mnangagwa awakes ZANU-PF machinery. Now join me on these and other stories in greater detail after this break. Welcome back, and here are the news in detail. Ahead of the 2023 elections, Nelson Chamisa of the CCC flexed his popularity muscle at the Mbari netball grounds, drawing a sea of yellow in what was an impromptu rally.
kunyarara kubeka staira taenda kuona kuti togumira papo tasangana haifunga chadai tikamudai unodai zvinoini chero kandirova zi batira vana zi chero kandibatira munun'una zi chero kandibatira wanhano yangu zi chero kandituka zi chero kati ibenzi zi chero kati hagoni zi chero kati haina plani zi chero kati hapindi zi chero kati kudini.
Legislator Charlton Wende this week called on Parliament to drag Financial Minister Mthuli Ncube to appear before it so that he can explain the poor salaries being paid to civil servants. In his presentation to the August House, Wende of CCC said salaries being earned by soldiers and police were only sufficient to buy a full chicken and a few loaves of bread.
Mari yavo iyi yavakapiwa nezuro 68,900. Mari iyi paokei yekuwadzana inongotenga 1 full chicken nekg yenyama. Imari yavari kutarisirwa kuti vararame nayo saka kuti muzoiona. Ndasanganawo zvakare nemupurisa wakakwadzana 3 akatambiriswa 62,115. Yo mari yake iyo.
Harare East legislator and former Finance Minister Tendai Biti stirred controversy following a leaked video which showed him calling his opponent in the CCC internal polls a snake which needed to have its head crushed.
Constituency yese ngaichizira kuti achida nyoka. Nyoka tikunoitsika musoro. Nyoka tikunoita sei? Tinotsika musoro. Antitika.
Ahead of what is a potentially bruising election, President Emmerson Mnangagwa rallied his ZANU-PF stormtroops demanding they take charge of the polls. Mnangagwa, riding on the back of affiliate organizations such as Single Mothers for ED, Teachers for ED, and Pastors for ED, is looking to achieve a landslide victory against CCC leader Nelson Chamisa.
It is my expectation that the outcomes of the workshop will provide the requisite impetus for stronger, robust, and efficient grassroots mobilization for the party's resounding victory in August. Activities and programs of the party must be where the people are. I look forward to receiving detailed schedules of grassroots mobilization programs for all the leagues, that is the youth, the women, and war veterans. Meanwhile, I'm impressed by the mobilization capacity and the unity of purpose demonstrated by our party's affiliate organizations. I particularly commend the Young Women for Economic Development, Commissariat Department, and Masvingo Province for successfully organizing the historic rally for first-time voters in Masvingo this last weekend.
Former ZANU-PF Youth Executive Political Commissar Godfrey Tsenengam accused President Emmerson Mnangagwa of letting Zimbabweans down after he took over power from the late former President Robert Mugabe, ousted from power through a coup. Tsenengam was speaking to Trevor Ncube on his show In Conversation with Trevor when he aired his frustrations. Many expected Mnangagwa to take the country on a transformational agenda and usher in democracy, but he is accused of presiding over a predatory state which has high disregard for human rights.
I think I realized that the Emmerson Mnangagwa that we fought for to be the president and the one who came in are two different people. I would say it's because you and me, I say we are not politicians. We are genuine. Politicians are not genuine. Politicians are fake. Politicians are deceitful. They are cunning.
Former Deputy Prime Minister in the inclusive government, Arthur Mtambara, in a recent interview with HSTV, backed Tsenengam, saying Zimbabweans jumped from a frying pan to the fire.
There's no second republic in Zimbabwe. There's no new dispensation in Zimbabwe. In fact, we've jumped from the pan into the fire on many fronts. Very poor propaganda it is, you know, because when you look at all indicators in terms of performance of the economy, in terms of corruption in the country, you know, that gold mafia, that Moti Zunadi thing, you know, and this SI for looting, these 32 helicopters which were, you know, overpriced and illegally bought. You know, some of these things will not take place under Mugabe. Mugabe was corrupt, there's no question about it. But these guys are brazen, very authoritarian. Job Scala is in prison, it's almost getting to a year now. Garufume has been convicted. We didn't have these, you know, excesses under Robert Mugabe.
Free Zim Congress leader Joseph Busha has called on the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission to increase the presidential nomination fees from the proposed $20,000 to $50,000.
I believe that the nomination fees for councillors and MPs is exorbitant. I think for councillors it must be reduced into half. The MPs I also believe it could be reduced into half. But I think for the president, I think they could even put it to 50,000 because we don't want people who want to play with Zimbabweans.
Busha also believes he has a legitimate shot at winning the presidency. His prediction is that he will force a runoff with sitting President Emmerson Mnangagwa before riding to State House.
I'm the most capable and suitable candidate in 2023. So there is an expectation. And then there's reality. Certainly for us to be outright winners, we need to garner at least more than 3 million to 4 million votes, depending obviously on the number of people who are registered to vote and whether they won't be turned away because we're not quite clear. But I think for us, you know, if no one gets 3 million votes, you can't be an outright winner. I believe that the president is already set October 2 as a rerun elections. He knows that he's not going to win. So there will be a trade-off between me and him.
There was trouble in MDCT after party supporters besieged a press conference by a senior party member. Supporters forced former chairperson Morgan Komichi to abandon his press conference midway through, accusing him of betraying the party values. Our reporter Sharon Buerimwe filed this report.
Rocked a MDC press conference as internal fights in the party opened up in the public once again. A group of party supporters stormed a press conference held by Secretary Peace and Reconciliation Morgan Komichi, accusing him of betraying the values of the party. The mob, which was made up of supporters of MDC Alliance leader Douglas Monzora's party, started shouting as soon as he began speaking. Komichi was forced to flee the scene, and his security team was also attacked.
You are Adonijah, you are Absalom, you are the Haman of today in this country. You are digging the grave for the leader of the MDC. But guess what? You are going to fall in that grave.
This was the weekly roundup. Thank you for joining HSTV News, and we are back again next Friday, same time. From me, Joyce Zikiti, and the crew behind the scenes, enjoy the weekend ahead. Good night.